This is Letter to Sons. I'm Doug Keating. The other day, I saw an article written by the one, the only, all things Italian famous actor Stanley Tucci, entitled Tips for First-Time Visitors to Italy. It got me thinking, I might have some tips that are helpful as well. With that thought in mind, here are 10 tips for first-time visitors to Italy. At this point, you may be asking, why should I watch this video? This guy certainly is not Stanley Tucci, and that is correct. I'm not. However, I have been to Italy each of the past 3 years with first-time visitors. 2023 with my wife, 2024 with my wife and stepkids, and this year with my younger son. I've recorded other videos describing these trips, so I won't rehash what I've already talked about. Needless to say, though, I've spent a lot of time planning trips for first-time visitors to Italy the past 3 years. Let's dive in with tip number 1. Stay in the big cities. This tip may be controversial. Several people will tell you to stay away from Milan, Venice, Florence, Rome, and I would add Bologna to that list. That is nonsense. For your first trip, you're going to want to go to the major sites. They are popular for a reason. Go there. If you need to take a day trip, do it. Stay in the big city, day trip from there. Tip number 2 for your first time in Italy, no driving. Take the train between cities. 3 reasons. Number 1, the Italian rail system is excellent. Number 2, Italian driving can be challenging. You might be stressed already. Don't add to it by driving. And number 3, a lot of people get parking tickets when driving in Italy because it's hard to read the signage, and next thing you know, you get home from your trip and congratulations, you got a €100 parking fine mailed to your home. Tip number 3, finish in Rome. This tip is probably most relevant for travelers from North America. The reason to finish in Rome is, as you see in the picture, the airport there has the most direct flights back to the States. Milan has an excellent airport, as does Venice. However, there's just not nearly as many direct flights back. And at the end of your trip, you're typically tired. You're just going to want to get home. Ideally, you may want a round trip in and out of Rome. Let's get into a fun topic with the next several tips, and that is food. Tip number 4, take a food tour. Your first time visiting a new Italian city, I highly, highly, highly recommend taking a food tour. It is a great way to get a little history about the place, see some sights, and most importantly, stuff your face with excellent Italian food. You can sample all the local dishes and decide what you like best for your next dinner reservations. Tip number 5, don't overeat at each meal. I've learned this the hard way. It is easy to overeat at every meal because Italian food is so delicioso. Here's how I would handle it. Keep breakfast small like you see in the picture. Cappuccino and a pastry. For lunch, pizza, pasta, or a panini. Save your stomach space and calories for a big dinner. Once again, don't overeat every single meal, unless of course you're young and you can get away with it. If that's the case, bon appetit. Tip number 6, make reservations for dinner. I would not waste time waiting in line for a table when it comes to dinner. Go ahead and make reservations in advance and then confirm once you arrive at your destination. Tip number 7, visit cafes to experience Italian coffee culture firsthand. Every city I've been to in Italy has an abundance of excellent coffee bars, aka cafes. Be sure to visit to experience what Italian coffee culture is like. It's better than Starbucks, that's for sure. Tip number 8, take small group tours. I'm a big fan of taking tours to visit the major sites. That way you can skip the line and learn from experts who know a lot more than you do without having to keep your nose tucked away in a travel guide. I'm not a big fan of the large group tours. We're talking 50 plus people where you can barely keep up, much less ask any questions. If you can afford it, I would go with a small group tour. It's a better experience, and you can definitely ask the questions you want from the expert you paid to guide you. Tip number 9, bring good walking shoes. In most Italian cities, you're going to do a fair amount of walking. Lots of hills, minimal elevators, stairs, you name it, you're going to be walking it. Highly recommend bringing some broken in good walking shoes. Don't expect the pavement to be like it is in America either, especially in the ancient and medieval cities. Do yourself a favor, keep your feet happy, it'll make your vacation better. Tip number 10, go in the off season. This one's a little tricky, so let me explain. You certainly don't want to go in the high summer months. Otherwise, you face large crowds like the one pictured here, minimal air conditioning, so you're going to be hot and sweaty and packed in with a lot of other tourists. The other months you may want to avoid, oddly enough, are September and October. For some Italian cities, this is still high season. I actually think November or early in the year, April, May, are probably the best times to visit Italy. Here's a bonus tip for anybody that's visiting Italy for the first time and traveling with family. I would stay in apartments if possible so that everybody has their own bedroom. Hotels in Italy are excellent. However, if you're with family, I would go with apartments. It's just going to give you peace of mind, and at the end of a long day together, you all can go to your separate corners and enjoy the Wi-Fi. Let me finish with a word of encouragement. If you've never been to Italy, get there. It is an unbelievably beautiful and awesome country to visit. I highly recommend it. I hope these tips help. If not, leave a comment letting me know I'm an idiot, or if you have some of your own tips for first-time visitor to Italy, put them in the comments. Andiamo.